We are about to get started. Make sure your cell phone is on silent. Out of sight, out of mind if you can. I know if you're using it, obviously use it, but put it on do not disturb, right? Like, so that you don't get interrupted during this as much as possible. And then you can lie back. Find a nice comfortable spot on your back. Maybe you're all the way flat. Maybe you don't lie down all the way flat. That's not comfortable for everybody. It can be hard on the lower back, or if you don't feel like you have space for your butt, and you feel like it's in the way, then maybe you don't want to be flat. You can come to a constructive rest. Maybe you send your knees out to the side, bottoms of the feet together or crossed. You've got a lot of options here, but I want you to find what's comfortable for you. Maybe you stick your hands in your hoodie like I naturally did. I'm probably going to end up taking it off because I'll warm up, but you know, again, find what's comfortable for you. Find that comfortable position. And I invite you to bring your eyes to a close or a soft gaze so there are no visual distractions. Inhale, feel the belly rise, feel it fill up, take up space. Exhale, belly button pulls into the spine. We release. Inhale, fill the body up. Again, take up space. See if you can spread your back a little wider, your shoulders a little more. Maybe the hands come out of the pockets and spread out wide. Exhale, release. Belly button pulls into the spine. Feel that core engagement. Inhale and exhale here. And as you breathe here, I would like you to try and set an intention for today's class. How would you like to feel? What would you like to accomplish? Or maybe what would you like to let go? And if you have something you know you want to let go of, on your next inhale, put it in a nice big bubble in the belly. And on your exhale, let it float right out of your mouth. Let it go. The rose is nothing without the sun, the rain, the soil, and neither am I. Like the petals that fall back to the earth, one day so must I. If a rose so beautiful can delight so many, then fall to the floor and let another shine, then there is not much difference between the life of a rose and mine. As we connect to the breath here on our back, I really want you to focus on your intention. What is it that you're trying to create? What is your purpose for being here? What are you trying to let go of? And if you don't have a specific reason, your reason can be just creating good energy. I'm here to create all the great energy that I want so I can manifest the things that I deserve. I'm trying to do the self-care work, whatever it is. Your intention does not have to be anybody else's. Hug the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the shins and pull. Spine stays long, back of the head rests on the mat. We're just pulling, we're finding a deeper hip crease. Gently rock side to side. Just a little rock, getting into the lower back. The muscles in the back start to open up. Come to some stillness, let the feet find the mat. Hands come down by the sides, left leg goes up. Roll the left ankle around. If you want the hands to support the leg, you can, but if you can keep the hands on by the side, keep them there. Change directions in your roll for your ankle. Start to add in a little bit more motion, bend in the knee. You can even send the hip, well, send the whole leg down and out to lubricate the hip joint, warm that up. We're just making motions with the leg. You're also really working that quad by just using the quad muscles to lift and lower. Come to some stillness. Release the left leg back down to the mat. We're switching sides. Press into the left foot, right foot goes up. Left foot right foot reaches for the sky. And we make circles. Again, lubricating the ankle, waking up the body. Change direction in your circles. And then start to add in the knee here, right? We're bending that knee, sending the foot up and down. That starts to work the quad, and we can add a little bit more here. We can send that heel down towards the mat and back in and up. So we're really making motions with the whole leg, in, up, down, and out. And I haven't given like super duper specific instructions here because I really do want you to feel this in your body, right? What feels right for you here. If you know you want to make a little extra lateral stretch or something like that, I want you to leave space for that. You are allowed to do that. I believe that you can listen to your body. Come to some stillness. Release that right foot back down to the mat. From here, arms come out to T, or you can stretch them overhead. We're just getting them out of the way of the sides of the body. Both knees fall over to the right side. Take a twist, a spinal twist here. Right hand reaches down on top of that left thigh, maybe the left knee, if you want to hug that left knee in a little higher. Left shoulder and arm stay down. And gaze over to those left fingertips, and maybe you feel a couple cracks and openings in the spine. That's great. Release the right hand, sweep the knees up through center, switching sides. Both knees fall on the left side. Left hand comes to the right knee, and maybe you bring that right knee up so it's a little bit more accessible. Gaze over to the right fingertips. Again, whatever cracks, opening sounds you hear in the spine, that's fine. We're opening up, it's great. Release the left hand, release the right knee, and come back to center here. Keeping the left foot flat, right knee comes into the body, interlace the fingers, pull that right knee into the chest. Send the right foot up towards the sky and start to walk the hands up that right leg towards the ankle. Take a gentle pull in here, start to feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. If you want to deepen this stretch, or open the groin a little more. You can send that left foot down towards the edge of the mat. You don't have to keep the knee pointed up. But if that's not feeling accessible, you don't have to do it. Start to walk the hands back down the right leg, bend in the right knee, right foot comes down to the mat, switch sides, left leg, hug that left leg into the body, bend in the left knee, interlace fingers on top of the shin, pull it in, feel that beginning opening. Release the fingers, send that left foot up to the sky, extending the leg. Walk your hands up the leg to pull and hold here. I'm not asking you to do this without support. If you feel like you want to, again, listen to your body. Work yourself a little harder. Release the hands down. Bend in the left knee, left foot finds the mat. From here, roll all the way overward, sending the hands and knees down to the mat, transitioning to our tabletop position. Wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees, hips width distance apart, nice neutral flat back to start. Press the floor away here, gentle lift in the knuckles. Shoulder stack on top of wrist, hip stacks on top of knee. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, fill up the lungs. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin down the spine, empty out the lungs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift, and you're gonna start to add in any motions or movements. Exhale, tuck that you feel you need in the body at this time. Slide forward, slide back, make circles with the spine, make C's. Look over to one hip, look over to the other hip. Do what feels right for you here. You're opening up, think morning stretch. Where do you need to make space? Where can you find a little extra space? How can you give gratitude to your body for all the work it has done for you in the past week? Free movement of this. I want you to feel like you have control over your body. You can access the parts that you need to. And even if you're not, we're not warm quite yet, that's what we're working on. So where do you want to warm up? Start to access those spaces. 2 more rounds of breath here. Last time, exhale, empty all the way out. And then come back to some stillness, reset into your tabletop. Right, so again, think railroad tracks or a ladder for the whole body, right? We're keeping everything in line. From your right wrist to your right shoulder, right hip, right knee, right heel, all in line. Same thing on the left side. Think about that, even though we are on the floor here, we are folded up, kind of, right? Press back into the right foot, step back. So the whole right side of the body looks like plank. I'll walk forward a little bit. All right, so the whole right side of the body looks like plank. Press into the right heel, stretch out the calf. Anchor down the right big toe, roll it around. Option to come to the forearms for this. It doesn't change how this happens in the body, but it does take the weight out of the wrist, so that could be nice. You can roll onto the tops of the toes, stretch out the foot, maybe hear some clicking, some cracking there. That's fine. We're opening up. And when you're ready, come to some stillness. Inhale the right leg up and back. So if you're on your hands, well, this is still balancing table. It's balancing table regardless. Balancing table here, we find that same height, right heel with the hip and shoulder. If you're on your forearms, it's more of a straight line up to your heel, shoulder, hip, heel, but everything is in line. And we inhale, Exhale, squeeze that right knee in. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, squeeze it in. We're really warming up the hip. This is also including the spine. We can pull that spine in and lift it up. More so if you're in a tabletop, then your forearms are down, but either one. Going with your breath here. Inhale, we find length. Exhale, we press that belly into the thigh into the belly. Continue with your breath, and that's how this works, right? That's how yoga, well, vinyasa yoga works. Each movement is a breath. And as we open up and we extend, we inhale. And as we pull it back in, we exhale, right? Because then we're just taking space away for air. Last time, lengthen. Exhale, right knee comes back down to the mat. Windshield wiper the hips. Shake your tail. And then when you're ready, come to some stillness. We are switching sides here. Step back with the left foot. Press that left heel down, anchor it down, roll it all around. Lubricate the ankle. Make space. Any openings, cracks, clicking. And then when you're ready, come to some stillness. Inhale that left leg up and back, just switching sides here. Option to be on the palms or the forearms. We inhale as we lengthen, we exhale as we squeeze underneath. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, squeeze it in. Going with your breath. Same option for the forearms. You just might have a harder time getting that leg up under to lift, and that's okay. No matter where you are, that's where you are today. Doesn't mean you'll be the same place the next time you do it. Last time, lift up and back, three-legged dog, or no, balancing table. Exhale, left knee comes back down. Windshield wiper the hips. Roll them around in circles, make whatever motions or movements you need to release them. And then we're gonna find a seat on our feet. So start to walk the hands back. Maybe you sit down low, maybe you sit up high. That doesn't really matter. We're taking the weight out of the hands. Plant the hands down in front of you. Roll forward gently, pressing into the palms, stretching the muscles around the wrist. And then gently ease the weight back. Rotate the fingers out to the sides. You're gonna rock side to side, shifting the weight to the right, to the left. The palms may slightly lift. That depends on how deep you are able to get into this stretch in the wrists. But it just opens them up. Come to some stillness, and we're gonna rotate all the way around. Fingertips point to the knees. Sink the hips down, send the butt back, or just send the whole body back if you're tall on the knees, right? You're sending the whole body back, rolling towards the fingers. That's gonna deepen this stretch. Only go as far as you're comfortable, an inch past comfortable, so we can find some growth. Come to some stillness, release the weight into the legs again, out of the hands. We peel the hands up. And I'm gonna reset, so the fingertips are facing the front edge of the mat, short edge of the mat in front of me, and then flip the back of my hands down to the mat. So my fingertips are now pointing to my knees. Press into the back of the palms here. Back of that hand, spread the fingers wide if you can. Maybe you even gently rock back. That puts a little bit more pressure, stretches a little bit deeper, and is totally optional. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Reset the palms. From here, press into the hands. Your weight is now shifting into the hands. We roll forward a little bit. Knees go to the edges of the mat. You're making space for the belly to come down between the knees. Big toes naturally pointing towards each other. Maybe they come to a touch. Sit those hips back, walk the hands forward. Let the belly and the chest melt into the mat. Let the forehead rest. Child's pose. If extending your child's pose like this is not comfortable for you, you can bring the hands to a different place. Or if you just want to stretch the shoulders, you can move them as well. Maybe you wrap the arms around the body. You can interlace the fingers behind the back into a fist. Send that fist up towards the crown of the head. Release any tension in the back, shoulders. Do what feels right for your body here. Allow yourself to make space, make shapes. Very, very similar to our free movement. What do you think your body needs in this position? You can do that. Sweep the hands forward if you took a bind. Plant them down, gaze forward, press into the fingertips. We're going to walk both hands to the right front corner of your mat. Take a nice long spine, press the hips back, let the forehead rest. Things to note while we are here. I'm not moving. You're not moving. Press the hips back, let the forehead rest. If you feel like your knees are having a hard time pressing into the mat, you can double up your mat if you happen to have an extra, or put a blanket or a towel down under your knees to relieve that pressure. It literally is just your kneecap pressing into the floor. It can be a lot. Press into the palms, walk both hands to the opposite corner of the mat. Take a nice long stretch on the right side of the body, press the hips back, let the forehead rest. Press into the palms, walk both hands back across the mat, spread them out wide. Press into the palms, lift up, passing through your tabletop. We're going to reset here, bring the hands and knees back in. So everything is in line. Then we walk the hands about 6 inches forward, right? So we're no longer stacked shoulder on top of wrist. And we tuck the toes so your toenails are no longer kissing the mat. Press into the palms, send the hips up and back for your first downward dog of the day. Hips are nice and high, like you're trying to put a butt print on the ceiling. Lengthen wrist to hip, hip to heel. Come high up on the toes to stretch out the feet. Push the heels low to the ground to stretch out the calves. Pedal out the knees and make any other motions or movements you feel you need in the body at this time. Slide forward, slide back. Press into one heel at a time, bend in each knee, right? That's going to stretch out the calves a little deeper. Maybe you roll forward and back, opening up the spine a little bit more. Again, just like our tabletop and our free movement there, allow yourself access to your own body. Where do you need space? When you're ready, come to some stillness. Anytime I call down dog, if down dog is not working for you, you can come to tabletop or dolphin. Gaze forward, bend in the knees, tiptoe forward to your fold. And if you are in tabletop, just sweep one leg forward and step forward with the other. If your hands need to come up to come to your fold, that's fine. Bend in the knees, press the belly into the thighs, find the mat. Find your fingertips back at the mat. Release the crown of the head. Grab opposite elbows, swing and sway back and forth, left and right. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Loosen up the spine in your rag doll. Come to some stillness, release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulder blades squeeze back. Chest is parallel to the mat. Gaze is down to the front edge of the mat. I want you to try and find a spot right now. On hands, find the legs. I want you to try and find a spot right now on your mat that where you're looking directly down to, that's your point of reference. I don't know if it's just like a speck of dust. If you have a design, pick a spot on the design, but find a spot in the middle of your mat, right at the front, where you can look down and find that as a reference. Exhale, fold. Your hands should go down right on either side of this spot. Inhale, bend in the knees, press into the heels, sweep all the way up and over the head. Find length in the spine, heel to fingertip, and then hands come to prayer and slide down through heart center. Beautiful, nice long straight line here. Release the hands down by the sides. And we're finding our alignment. So again, just like I said, that spot, when we are standing at the top of our mat, we should be standing at a spot where when we fold, our hands go to either side of that point. So find that spot to where your feet need to be. Toes are pointed towards the short edge of the mat. And then we lengthen heels, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, base of the spine zips up all the way to the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders up, back down, and around one time. Let them fall away from the ears. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Belly presses into the thighs. Hands find the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulder blades squeeze back. Chest is parallel to the mat. Hands find the legs, elbows in. Exhale, plant the hands down. Start to step back to plank. Maybe that's 1, 2 big steps. Maybe it's 5 little steps. But find your plank, your version of plank. Maybe it's the full expression. Maybe you're on your forearms or your knees. Do what feels right for your body. If you're in the full expression, our shoulders stack on top of our wrists. And no matter what, your shoulders are in line with your hips. Everybody lower the knees. Nice. Elbow squeeze back, right? Your elbow creases are reaching for the fingertips. We bend our elbows, go straight back, chest goes down and forward. Untuck the toes, toenails kissing the mat. Inhale, baby cobra only. Squeeze those elbows back, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the toes, engage the core, send the hips up and back, passing through tabletop. Maybe you stay at tabletop or dolphin or down dog. Gaze forward between the hands, find your spot. Bend in the knees, walk forward to your fold. Again, if the hands need to come up, that's fine. Plant those hands back down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, gaze down, find your spot. Eyes locked in on that spot. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up and over the head. Gaze shifts directly in front of you. Hands come to prayer. Slide down through heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulder blades squeeze back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to your plank. Nice long straight line, shoulder, hip, heel, maybe shoulder to knee. Lower the knees, elbows go back, lower the chest. If you've got a controlled lower from your high plank, absolutely do that. But knees then chest is always an option. Untuck the toes, toenails kissing the mat. Where your hands are here, planted underneath your shoulders, press the mat away, press the floor away here. Shoulders down away from the ears, lift the gaze, lift the chest, cobra. The hips sink down into the mat. We find length in the spine. You grow 1 inch taller. Exhale, tuck the toes, engage the core, send the hips up and back, down dog. Gaze forward, bend in the knees, walk forward to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to your plank. Again, maybe your plank takes more than 2 steps. That's okay. Elbows in, lower knees, then chest or full body with control. Untuck the toes, toenails kissing the mat. Inhale, lift Cobra. Maybe if this time, oh, it's so dark. Sorry. Maybe this time you want to press in to the palms and lift those thighs up for your up dog. Up dog is always optional. Exhale, tuck the toes, engage the core. Send the hips up and back. Down dog. Gaze forward, bend in the knees. Walk forward to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Shoulder blades squeeze back. Chest is parallel to the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up and over the head. These are our sun salutations. Exhale, hands to prayer. As you continue your practice, these will get so much stronger, but we need to do them so we can get stronger. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to plank. Last vinyasa. Elbows in, lower the chest. Hands lined up underneath the shoulders. Press the mat away. Inhale, lift Cobra. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Last time, down dog. From here, knees come down to the mat. And let the belly come down. Find your belly. Bring the hands together. Elbows out to the side, making a pillow for the forehead with the hands. Let the forehead rest, bend in the knees, and windshield wiper the feet. We're just kind of releasing that work we did on the hips. Roll into the quads. This is also releasing the lower back. We are letting it go. Roll all the way to the right side. So right hip goes down, left hip stacks on top. Left elbow stays down, and we reach back with the left foot. We're trying to take that spinal twist. It's very similar to how we did it on our back, but now we're doing it on our front. We kick back and we reach. Change sides, roll all the way through center, through to the opposite side. Right elbow stays down. Right foot reaches back. Twist. And exhale through center. Knees go up. Feet are still up. We exhale the feet down. And you let the body rest. We're finding our Shavasana position, our resting pose. So maybe that means you stay on the belly. That's absolutely fine. If you're comfortable there, do that. If you want to roll over onto the back or just like a constructive rest like the beginning of class, feet down flat. Do what feels right for your body here as a resting pose, a pose where you are not holding on to any tension. Release any tension in the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes. I invite you to bring the eyes to a closed or soft gaze if you have not done so already. Wiggle the nose, unclench the teeth, relax the jaw. Release the throat, neck, shoulders. Let the arms, hands, fingers fall naturally. Release the chest, core, hips, glutes, quads. Let the knees drop. Release the calves, the ankles, let the feet fall, and release the breath. Release any and all daily thoughts. If you find yourself thinking, start to count your breaths instead. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Start to bring awareness back into the breath. Roll over to your right side and curl up into your pose of rebirth, using your bottom arm as a pillow for the head. Welcome back. When you're ready, use your top hand to push yourself up to a comfortable seat, facing the sound of my voice. I invite you to bring your eyes back to a close or keep them closed to hold onto your peace. You can place the palms up on the lap if you'd like to receive the energy that you have created in your space today, or place them down if you're feeling overcharged. You want to release some of that to end your practice and feel more grounded. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Deep inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Sip it all the way up to the top. Bring the hands to prayer. Exhale, bow the forehead. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me